Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back in this video as 31 Horror Toys in 31 Days continues with the creator WWE Superstar Undertaker. But before I unleash him, a curious packaging note to make is that the European version I have bought here in the UK is titled Undertaker, whereas in the US it's being called the Zombie set. I mean, Undertaker's name is written big and bold under his head that's included in this set anyway, so I'm not sure why they decided to double down on his name. Then further still, certain retail sites are adding Frankenstein into the mix when titling this toy, which is most likely the apt title, as this line is like your Marvel mashers. It's about building bodies from various disparate body parts. Then also available are the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins sets, or depending on the type of packaging you get them in, the special ops set and the martial arts set. So here he is out of packaging and assembled in his most basic form, and somewhat taking inspiration from Universal's classic Frankenstein movie from the ground up with those signature big heavy boots. Then he's wearing torn and tatty trousers with rope in lieu of a belt. Then on his torso and arms you can clearly see the sculpt designating the various parts and how they've been stitched together. Then we have the infamous Frankenstein's monster's bolts, albeit here extending from or into his shoulders, whereas in the classic movie they attached at the neck. The deco is minimal to say the least. Most of the colours you see are the colours of the base plastic. A nice touch though is the cuff on his left wrist, painted silver. Its inclusion in the design alludes to him having been restrained and now free to run amok. I don't want to be too critical with the deco as forcing something under the adult collector spotlight when it clearly has playability and not collectability in mind is not entirely fair. However, I can't help but feel a niggle when it comes to those torn parts of his trousers. They should be revealing the green deco of skin underneath, but don't. Taking a closer look at the head sculpt, and I see what they were trying to do with the lopsided, snaggle-toothed expression, but maybe it's just the green colour making me think this, but to me it has the look of someone who sank one Guinness too many on St. Paddy's Day. But enough of that, let's get into the spirit of the line by swapping body parts, beginning with the head. So let's switch in the Undertaker's head. Let's get that secure on there, yeah. It's a pretty decent sculpt, complete with the infamous piercing stare, and I do wish the Undertaker would go back to this hairstyle. I think it looked pretty cool on him. Would be cool if the neck was painted a flesh colour as per the packaging artwork, but then that'd likely leave me complaining when the other head was on just why the neck is painted a flesh colour. Then it also comes with these interchangeable skeletal parts. They switch in and out pretty easily, so for instance, let's pull the booted foot off and place this skeleton one on. And here we arrive at the zombie portion of the zombie title of this set, making him appear as if the flesh has decomposed away. I'd say the skeleton parts are a bit too chunky. I'm sure that's just for durability though, so they don't go snapping in little kids' hands. In spite of that, it's still a fun look though. I do think I prefer the mix and match half and half look on the right of the screen though. And the skeleton parts have all the articulation of the other limbs, so the arms rotate at the shoulder and move up. There's rotation at the elbow and also a hinge. Then the hands also are able to rotate. And then the feet rotate and they also have hinged ankles. Then he also comes with this long, raggedy jacket. It's probably easiest to place it on if we remove his arms first. There, and to accommodate the bolts, it does have holes in both of the shoulders. Let's place his arms back on to complete this look. A look which I think is a more modern Frankenstein's monster. If memory serves, when Robert De Niro played the monster in the Kenneth Branagh directed Frankenstein in the 90s, I believe he wore a long coat, as he does more recently in that Penny Dreadful TV series. Anybody watching that? Then the final accessory is this tombstone bearing rest in peace, and you can see from the back this has a break apart action feature. Oh no, Dracula no sells it! Oh, and I nearly forgot these tattoos. Let's apply this spinal column one. I've cut it out from the tattoo sheet. Let's place it over the action figure. And then I need to apply a damp cloth and hold it there for 30 seconds. Then I need to carefully remove the backing paper, and hopefully that will reveal the tattoo underneath. Yep, there it is, transferred on. And here is the Frankenstein-ish Undertaker standing among the other versions of the monster we've looked at within this 31 days. And I feel he represents a lot of play for your money that'll keep any young wrestling and or horror fan amused, even one like me that's not so young but young at heart. And I've not even got into the lunacy of interchanging parts from other sets as we saw on the packaging back, but if you do want to see more of these sets, then click this video for my review of the Rocker, Lucha and Gladiator sets. Stay tuned for more to come from 31 Horror Toys in 31 days, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.